Alright guys, we're doing our last bolt. Alright guys, again, it is super important to make sure your rockers are in place, and it's more important to make sure when you tighten these down, you bring these down gradually, little bit by little bit. You turn this one till it stops a little bit and a little bit more, and you just keep on working your way back and forth. Because if you go to tighten up one without tightening them up, bringing them other ones down, you will crack that cap. I guarantee you, you will crack that cap. Especially on this side, because this side, the cam was setting like this. It's going on an incline. So these was going down easily. So it might confuse you, but don't let that confuse you. Just keep on going, and then I had to work this to keep going down. Alright, now that we got that done, so we're back over to our 1/4 inch. Oh, where's my needle nose? Where's my needle nose pliers at? I'm supposed to get this thing out of here. You know, guys, let me go get my needle nose pliers. What the heck? Fine. Be right back. Alright guys, take our needle nose and just go in there, take that out, then take our 10mm, and now we go ahead and tighten this one up. And just like I told you before, and you can, this is probably, if you want to torque it down, it's probably still the 105 inch-pounds, but this one, that's all I have to do. I know what I'm doing. So stop, go till it stops, and then a little bit more. That's it, guys. You're either going to break the bolt, or you're going to break the head off the bolt, or you're going to strip it inside the aluminum. Alright, that is set. I'm digging this. This look good. Our time marks are still on, Sivvy?
Yes.
I'm surprised you didn't say nope.
I should have.
You should have said nope. Yeah, buddy.
Nope.
Alright, we are looking good, guys. Let's start putting this thing back together. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, the next thing we're going to do is install new spark plugs. Remember, we took them out and these things are really worn. Let me show you one of them right now, the difference of the tips. Yeah, that's really worn.
They got their money's worth.
Heck yeah, buddy. Alright, guys, now, I'm going to do this. I say this on every time we do spark plugs. NGK says do not use any kind of lubricant or anti-seize on the spark plugs. I don't care what they say. You take you a little Q-tip, put a little anti-seize on them, and do the 007. You just want, let me put a little bit more than that. You just want to coat down towards the end of the threads. Just a little bit. Now, because that way, as you tighten it up, the anti-seize will travel along the threads that way. Now, why I say, I know some of you guys say, well, Tim said don't do this because they said it'll mess up the spark plug. No, it won't, guys. It won't do nothing. Now, what I want you to do is get on the phone or get an email to NGK right now. Right now. Pause this video right now. And you ask them. They say, all right, you telling me not to use any kind of anti-seize. If these plugs seize up inside the head, are you covering the repair for Astral Auto Repairs to remove my cylinder head and tap that out? They're going to say, no. Well then, use you some anti-seize. And you want to get you a 3/8 hose or a 5/16 hose. This is about 8 inches long. You want to put that onto the plug. Now, unless you got a magnetic spark plug socket or one that's got the rubber insert inside, but I hate the one with rubber inserts because the one with the rubber inserts, you get in there and it gets stuck on the plug. You pull your extension out and it's still down there. So this is much better. You do this, you bring it over to one of the spark plug holes, lower it down. Now you turn that in by a couple threads, as many as you want. You want to make sure that it's not being cross-threaded, and then pull your hose back out. Once you got that done, you want to take your 16mm deep 3/8 drive or 5/8 deep 3/8 drive or your spark plug socket with a 6-inch 3/8 drive extension Put it down there. Bring it all the way in by hand. Now it's working that anti-seize all through the threads. And then to tighten it up, that's all you want to do is go till it stops and then a little bit more. That's it. If you want to know torque, stop being lazy. Go on Google, do a Google search, see what the torque is. Don't be asking me because I'm not going to answer you. Alright, let's get the rest of them done and we'll be right back. Alright guys, the next thing we do, now we can install our valve covers. We're going to start with the right side, the one way back toward the firewall. Now we're going to turn it over.
Isn't that the left?
No, that's the right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, see, she looking at me crazy in the face. Yeah, buddy. See,
I was looking at him
they were like, see, you know you can't argue with Tim. All right.
Well, I can.
You can, but it's a losing cause. All right, guys. Now remember, earlier we cleaned all this out and also that's all clean and dry. Now we're gonna start off with 3 spark plug tube seals, and you're gonna notice these seals have little ridges on them. And you're going to also notice that on this end, let me see if there's a better way. Yeah, this end, this side is more like rounded compared to that side is more like flat. That flat side, that is the side that's going to go in to the valve cover. So you're going to take it like that, go right here, and push that in. Now this is why I told you guys, which is very important, to make sure you clean that out, because if there's oil inside there, it'll push the oil in it. The oil will lubricate the seal, and it'll come right back out. So let's do another one. Get that one in. Push it down, and again, let's take this one, put it aside, and push that in. Then what you want to do after you do it, take the valve cover, turn it over, shake it a little bit to make sure they do not come out, and that's what you want it. Alright, let's get the valve cover next to install it, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, ready to put our valve cover gasket in there. Now your valve cover gaskets are going to be coming in like this. Now how are you going to tell which one is which instead of putting it all down and trying to figure it out? You notice how this one has a little tip that's the end of this corner of this valve cover, how it sticks out right there. If you look at your gaskets and you look for that little piece that sticks out on each gasket, let me see if I can find one. We got one right here that's right on the corner. And actually this one here is out on the corner. Oh, you're going to use that as an alignment mark on there. So you're going to pay attention. It's the same thing as the spark plug tube seals. There's a rounded edge on the top. That's part going to be sticking out, and this part you're going to push into the valve cover. So take one, and I just happened to luck out and I got the right one the first time.
Right, sure you did. You set it up.
I did not. So go around just like the spark plug tube seals and push that all the way around into the grooves. Alright, let's do all that, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got this valve cover all put together. Now we're going to go to the left valve cover, and the same thing. Start with your spark plug tube seals, push them in, and remember that the stick part that's rounded, make sure that's out towards you. Alright, and then we're going to put the gasket in place. Alright, so let's get all that done. Then we get ready to install our valve covers. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got the gasket in. And you know guys, we're going to install the left one first, since that's easier to record. But first we're going to do, turn it over, shake it a little bit. Alright, see a couple of pieces, a couple of sections out. Then, you want to bring it over to the car. Let's switch sides. Alright, now we're going to have to keep all this over to the side. Okay, everything looks out of the way. Make sure you did tighten up everything. Everything is good. Then, take your valve cover Try not to hit anything. You want to slowly bring it down. Okay. Then you can take your hand, the ones with the studs on it, and try to turn. And Betty, you know what? Betty, guys. Let's take our 10mm deep and just turn it into those. Turn the bolts in just by a couple threads, just so you can make sure they're not cross-threaded, and keeps the valve cover lined up. Let's go around the whole section and the inside. Now remember, over here what we did was put those little sensors back up there. So if you want, this is a good time, you can take the nut off, and if you want, just set it right there inside the valve cover with the sensor so you know what goes there, and you can bring that one in as well. So let's get all of them started by hand, and then we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're ready to tighten it up, but before we tighten it up, I want to show you something. If you look inside there, there's the bolt that I'm spinning, but inside there also is a metal, like a sleeve. When you tighten down on this bolt, that metal sleeve will go down and contact the cylinder head, which means you cannot go past that point. It will not let you. If you go past that point, you broke that bolt. So just to let you know that is your stopping point. Alright, so let's go over here. And we got a 10mm deep 1/4" drive with a 6" 1/4" drive extension and my 1/4" drive ratchet. And what you want to do is start off with the center bolt. Bring that down till it stops, and then just a little bit more. That's it. Now that you got that one, you want to go to the outer 4 right here. So you're going to tighten up this one. And you're going to feel tension when you go down to tighten it, and that's squeezing that gasket down against the cylinder head. To stops and a little bit more. Then you want to go here, here, and here. That's going to tighten up the center, and then you're going to work your way out. So once you tighten up those, then you want to go to this one over here, and then the outer ones, and then over here to the outer ones. Pretty good, Spring?
Yes.
Guys, as long as you start from the center and work your way out, doesn't matter how you go. Just start from the center and work your way out. Alright? Oh, did I just do that one? Did that one? You know? And even, okay, I said go here, here, here. You can even go here to here. As long as you go from the center and work your way out. Alright? So let's get all those tightened up, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, all of them are done. Now the next thing we do is take our little sensor onto this stud over here, set it down. There's your 8mm nut that goes on it. Put that on it, start by a couple threads. Then take your 8mm deep socket. Bring it all the way down. And this one, guys, you definitely want to just go till it stops, and then just a little bit more. That's it. This valve cover is done. Now what I'm going to do here is this one back here, just to make sure our harness is out of the way, and make sure our injectors are twisted to the side. And together we're gonna put this down, but then you're gonna tighten it up yourself. So now it's gonna be a little difficult because this valve, the car is up in the air. So that's why I'm gonna do this one with you. And also, while I'm over here, guys, and we loosen those up. We loosen up some nuts. Here's one of the brackets. Got the 10mm bolt. Let's get that off to the side. That one, and then this one over here. And those two hooks on to the intake, and then the intake got studs going through it, and that's where we put those 10mm nuts at. So let's get our valve cover. Make sure our harness is out of the way. Slowly lowering it down. Okay, set into place. Then we're going to take our 10mm, start them off all by a couple threads. Then we got our sensor over here just like before. So let's take that off and then set that down to the side. Now, starting from the center, let's get all these started first and then tighten all them up. Alright? We'll be right back. Alright guys, we got everything hooked up. I got our brackets. You can see back there, I got our brackets brought up. So when you hook them onto the end, I didn't tighten up those 10mm bolts down there. I think they're 10mm. I ain't tightened them up yet, just in case I have to move them around. Next thing we're going to do is we got our wiring harness around here. Got our wiring harness right here. Let's bring this over. These little clips hooks on to the valve cover to keep everything in order. And actually, let's see. Yeah, we can connect our cam sensor right here.
Can you?
Yeah, heck yeah, I don't know. Alright, we're going to push it till it clicks. And then we got a little safety tab right there. Just push that tab up. The heck? You know, guys, this is bull. I know a lot of times we just leave that thing. No, it ain't up yet. You know, hey, I'm not going to sit here and go through this. Watch it break. There we go. Okay, then I want you to follow your harness around, and you're going to do this on both sides. You're going to follow your harness around and go around and hook the clips on to the valve covers. Valve cover studs. And these right here, these harness right here goes to the coils. Hook it around. Keep going around. One right here. Push that on. We can plug this little sensor up right now. I like harnesses are always formed to where they're supposed to go. So if you don't know where something goes, just do like this, let it go, and it pretty much goes in the place that it's supposed to go. So hook that around, then keep going around. Then you got the harness right here. Hook that on. Then go follow it going around, and you got one more right here. And push that on. So all that is in place. Now you're going to go off on the other side and just start on one corner. What do we got here? What the heck goes right here?
Maybe that's connected to the intake.
Tell me what it's connected to.
All right then.
Wait a minute. I think it goes to the intake. Alright, so I go to the intake. So let's go here and we wait a minute, no. Because the way, see how the way this is going? Because if we hook this up right here, hook this one up onto here, it's going across there. Now remember, that's going to the O2 sensor harness right over here. So I remember now, it crosses over to here, over the valve. Oops, let me get this out of the way. Okay? Yeah. It crosses over. This hooks onto this valve cover stud around here somewhere. But before we do that, let's connect this O2 sensor. Dang it. Let's plug up this O2 sensor. And then hook it down onto there. Alright, let's go around and hook up the rest of it. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, you know what? We tracked the new pickup screen, and that thing's gonna be here for like 3 or 4 days or so, man. We ain't got time for this. So what we're gonna do if you can see in there, let me spray this and clean this up. You can see the plastic pieces that's in there.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do here, clean this up, and we're gonna put it up just like that. I don't think it's gonna mess up anything. So we're gonna put it that's right there and put it in there. Sylvia didn't say nothing because she knew. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our time. We got some picks. And pick those pieces out of there. It looks like they're big pieces. Oh yeah, we should have did this at the beginning. Dang it, man. Look, this is coming out perfect. So let's get this all cleaned up, and then we're gonna inspect it together when we come back. Alright, we'll be back. Alright guys, let's see if we can look at this. I'm gonna stick the light in there. You see down there the shiny part in there?
Yeah.
So just turn it.
Looks good. Do it. Oh, you keep going? Oh. My bad.
Yeah, you gotta show them all the way around.
Alright. Well, you keep moving. What's so funny?
Okay, good. Alright guys, so it's definitely done. I'll wipe this up. Now, on this O-ring, it looks in good condition. You know what we're gonna do, let's get our O-ring kit and let's see if we can get one to match up to that. I gotta have the same thickness and all. So let's go get our O-ring kit and we'll be right back. Alright, get our O-ring kit. Let's see which one. Man, that looks thick. Nah, you know what guys, we're just gonna reuse this. This one looks in good condition, so put this back up there and let's get ready to install it. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, now we still got our 2 bolts in there, and this is gonna go in like this, and I'm gonna hook it onto those 2 bolts. And what you're gonna do now is go to the top, and you're gonna look at the top view down into the. And hopefully you're able to.
Okay.
You can see in there?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's get this hooked on to the 2 bolts. I'm gonna pick it up. Okay, it goes up in there. So now what I'm gonna do is bring these bolts tighter. Can you see any good?
Yeah. We got you.
Okay.
Almost dropped the camera.
if I can to make sure it's going right. Okay, let's go get our ratchet and wrench. Our ratchet and sockets, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, got my 13mm socket here. Use a deep or and a long handle ratchet. So I'm gonna go up. Looks like this thing was still draining down oil, because you see oil down in there. It ain't as clean as it was before, huh, Sebby?
Apparently not.
Well,
As long as there's no metal pieces.
that's all that matters. What the heck?
It's what the deuce.
That's wretched.
You should get you some good tools.
I should. But you don't pay me enough. Alright guys, then you know I got that one. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and tighten it up. I'm gonna go till it stops, and then a little bit more. Alright, let's get the other side done, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got them tightened up. It's looking good. Now we already cleaned up all our where the gasket goes at. So let's get our new gasket. And this thing has, the engine has dowel pins. You can see one right there. And then there's one on the other side. You're going to be viewing from the top. And so that's a good locator to where you're going to put our gasket and our timing cover. Alright, so let's go get our gasket, and you're going to be viewing from the top. And let's get it installed, and then our front cover. Alright, we'll be right back. Alright guys, here's our new gasket. Now, on your gasket, you're going to see two spots where the gasket exceeds out to there. One right there, and then the other one down here. Make sure you put this gasket onto the front of the engine just like that. Not like this, like this, because those are going to be where our dowel pins. Now, before we put this on, actually, we're going to be having to use some gasket maker on these points right here, that one right there, and that one right there. So let's get our new timing cover crankshaft seal, timing cover seal installed before we do that. Alright, so let's set this down on the way we're going to be doing it, and then we'll be right back. Alright guys, we got our timing cover that we already cleaned up and all. And you want to get you a nice block of wood, 4x4 or something like that. And what you
build us something?
Yeah. And what you will do is set your cover just like that, because you're going to have this part right back here, so it's going to set up against the wood. Let's get a better flat piece of wood. Okay, on that side, place your seal. Try to even it out a little bit. Now what you want to get is a 1.5-inch socket.
When did you take out the old one?
We did on the other videos.
You did?
1.5-inch socket with about a 2-inch, 3-inch, half-inch drive extension. And that's going to fit perfectly right there. Actually, you might not even need this. Now, right now, I know this side is a little bit lower than this side. So what you want to do is just take your hammer. I'm going to tap this side to bring it down. And then start going around until you get that seal all the way knocked in there. And I can tell it's still up a little bit right over here. So let's set this right there. Okay. Okay. That looks good. So then you want to actually go around, and you can see, well, no, you can't really see that it's flush up against there. Well, inside there you can. You can see inside there?
Inside where?
Right inside that little hole, you can see
I
the
can
seal.
see in the middle.
And yeah, you can see where the seal is up against the cover. Oh, you I don't know where you're looking. See this little slot right here?
Yeah. But I can't really see in there. A little bit, I see it. But I could also see it in here.
You can see where it's flush up against it.
Well, it looks like there's a gap, really. Right?
There ain't no gap. You
All
crazy.
right, fine.
Siri lost her mind. We got that perfect.
Okay.
See, that you made me.
Shadow. Maybe it's a shadow.
Just in case you right. Now go ahead and mess this cover up. You going? Yeah, it's a shadow. All right, now that I dropped all the bolts out, we got our 2 long ones. Go right here. You got to put these in before we put that cover in.
Why?
'Cause
tell me what to do.
Okay, you go ahead and put the cover up there and before then. All right, and the little one goes up there. I think the little one we don't have to put in, but anyway. All right, now we're ready to install this. Now we're ready to put our gasket on. Get some gasket maker. Don't use silicone, use gasket maker. And we're going to seal up the corners. And then, okay, we'll be right back.